Hi everybody! Welcome to another episode of Book a Lunch Day. So today we're making something that's actually new to me. I found this recipe online. So what I want to do today is to do something new I never tried before. So experience what you guys experience when you are trying my recipe, I guess. So it's called tofu eggs. It's a very simple concept, but I think it's really fun to do. I never tried this before. So basically, it's I like this recipe and I want to try this recipe. First of all, it's vegetarian, so I do want to, you know, let vegetarian friends able to try some of my recipes. And second of all, it's because it's quite easy to do. Third of all, the ingredients is easy to access and it's very easy to change around. And if you want to add some meat to it, you can. So tofu egg is really just fried tofu. So we have some tofu here. It's firm tofu, but you can use soft tofu if you want. It's just firm. Usually in store you can see three different kinds. There's like egg tofu or really soft tofu or extra soft tofu, firmed tofu, and then extra firm. I'm using firm today just because it's easier to work with than soft tofu. So I have these. So basically you will pan fry it and then pour egg on top of it to kind of make like a pancake shape. And it's really easy to do, so I'm just going to give it a try today. Tofu is actually a little bit hard to deal with simply because, you know, it's so easy to break them, right? So want to be careful with them. The firm tofu is definitely going to help. And the garlic and green onion is for garnish on the top. So they do some recipe I saw, you can just serve it as it is. It looks nice, like golden from the egg. Or some recipe I saw that they do have like soy sauce or like sauce garnish on top. So that's what I'm gonna do today to make it extra pretty. You can do whatever you want. You can even add a little minced meat on with the garnishing, so that would be extra flavor. It's totally up to you if you're a meat lover. So these are just I'm just working with my veggie today first. These are for garnishing on the top. And tofu, I feel like a lot of people they don't like to eat tofu simply because they think that there's really no flavor to it. And this is a really good way for you to, if you have a vegetarian friend that's coming over, you have to have something vegetarian. Then this is something awesome that you can bring out because it still has flavor, because it's easy for you to add flavor to the egg. And with the garnishing, the soy sauce garnishing that we will be putting on top, so it still have flavor. Tofu is hard to, you know, add in flavor on top of it, so you can use other method to do so. And there's a lot of great recipe with tofu. It's just a lot of them do take a long time because you want to cook in the flavor. So that's why usually take a little bit longer to do if you want like really strong flavor dishes. But the other way is just to put sauce on top and just eat it with the sauce. So that's another way that you can do with your tofu. I mean, tofu, you can eat it directly. It's really delicious. I personally like tofu. It's just my husband is not. He likes it. He eats it. It's just you have to. He's just like a lot of people, like they feel like tofu doesn't have any flavors. You really have to add a lot of seasoning and add a lot of sauce on top of it. So he's like, okay, there's flavor to it. And then fried tofu is a whole other story. I love fried tofu, but it's kind of difficult to do it at home. And then it does take a longer time to deal with because you do have to press the tofu to release all the moisture. So it takes like a little bit of time to do so. So it will be much easier to just buy in store. So we have our garlic. This is just for garnishing. I'm actually going to use this is enough. I'm saving this for my other dish that I will be making for the family later on. So let me just put this away. You know what? I still need a cutting board. so now we're going to deal with tofu. Here's my tofu. I'm actually going to turn on gas now. Already a little bit, not dry because there's a lot of liquid inside. When you're frying tofu, though, it's kind of frying steak. You don't want to touch it. The more you touch it, the more it's going to break. Kind of like fish and like everything else. That's protein, I guess. Really don't want liquid to come out. Okay. So here's the tofu. You don't want to cut it too small, okay? So it's just this. Probably like half an inch or so. Then easiest way, instead of turning the tofu, turn your cutting board. Yeah, because it's hard to move it. And then I'm going to do 2 cuts, 3 cubes. Okay, so my pan is ready. I'm just going to put a little oil in it. It will be a lot easier if you're using a non-stick pan. It will save you a lot of trouble. I would not recommend you to use it unless they're really good chopsticks. You do want to watch out because there is liquid inside the tofu, so it will do that. It will splash. Okay. Put everything in one at a time. And this dish, it will be easier if you know and have a chopsticks at home. It will be a lot easier. But if you don't, just use a tongue, like a barbecue tongue, that will work. But we will need to flip it. It's a little bit difficult to flip tofu when you have like with like other utensils like spoon. It's hard to deal with. So just put it in nice and square according to the recipe. Move it over so you can see. We are now just waiting time. Waiting and waiting for it to become golden brown. Oh yeah, at the meantime, you know what we can do? We can crack our eggs. That's what we can do. Almost forgot about it already. I'm using 3 eggs today just because I feel like it. You can use less if you want, you can use more if you want. This recipe is also really good if you just went to the dentist, I guess, because it's quite soft. Everything is nice and squishy, so you don't have to worry about fighting down hard items like the broccoli that we did last time. I'm also going to season my egg a little bit just to add a little bit flavor to it already. You don't have to do this if you want to add like stronger topping, sauce topping on that. But if you don't want to add sauce on top, but you do want to season your egg, I'm only adding a little bit. Okay. Shifting my just tilt it up a little bit. If you're using a good non-stick pan, you shouldn't stick, and don't touch it. If it's not ready yet and then you touch it, it's more likely going to stick. And it's a good way to test whether or not your non-stick pan is still non-stick. Golden brown, and you can individually. Go from the center to out, okay? That's usually the case if you have flipped something over. Because the center ones, they have more heat to it, and so you want to go from the center. If it's not ready yet, then you just put them back. So that's why I said like easier if you have a tongue, or if you're really good with chopsticks, you can try this. If you're not very good with chopsticks, don't try this with chopsticks. But the chopsticks is not that hard to use. And it's an awesome kitchen item to have at home. Because you can skip your whisk, you can use it as a whisk, you can use it as a tongue, you can use it as a stirring pan fry item. You can use it as a noodle as well. It's awesome. So we're going to let this sit. It probably doesn't need as long as the other side, but we're just going to let it sit, and then we're going to pour in our egg according to the recipe. I'm going to have a little space between each cube of tofu, so you know the egg can go in there and wrap everything in. Should be able to hold everything together. I'm just getting my plate right now, so we can get stuff ready. Come on. Oh, beautiful. So you just want to keep checking, and because all the moistures are coming out, so it's not as splashy, so it's nice and golden. Move your pan around so everything is nice and coated. Now you actually want to turn down your heat because you don't want the bottom to burn. You just want it to cook the egg completely, and then you can also add on your lid. That way everything on top will also cook from the steam according to the recipe. Because it's going to be difficult to flip it. And that's why you want to turn down your heat, because otherwise it's going to burn on the bottom and your top is not cooked. The egg on the top is not cooked yet. Come on, come on. At the meantime, did you guys watch, did you guys enjoy the book festival, the Spooky Book Festival? It's still October. I know the book festival ended, and I hope everybody has a chance to enjoy part of it. But we still have more events coming out. So we have for teen readers, Farmersville Branch also have other events like the virtual pumpkin hunting. You can always come into your branch to see what they offer right now. And again, all branches are open for lobby service as of last week. So just go in and check out books, check out DVDs, and so see what other virtual events that they offer. Just because we are close to the public in terms of browsing service and other stuff doesn't mean you can use our service. We are still here for for our patrons. Alright. It's almost ready. Okay, use the liquid. I will push it up. Seems almost ready. Just have a little bit on top that's not completely set yet. Oh, but you look really awesome. Okay. I'm not going to try to flip it. I think I'm going to just close it for a little bit longer for the top to cook. But I am going to turn down the heat a little bit. I want to make sure all the eggs are cooked inside, so it's not raw. This have like one little, and you can use your pen. Let me see if you can look. It's just that little area is not completely cooked yet. You don't want the bottom to burn. You have to use your eyes. You have to stare at it. It's almost ready. Almost ready. Should I try and flip it? Is it gonna fail? If I try to flip it. There we go. Let's try and flip it. Let's see. No, it's going to break. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ah! Ah! I failed. But at least it will be cooked. It broke into 2 pieces. Flip the other one. Whoa! There we go. You can turn off the heat now, just let the, yeah. I failed that time. It's still pretty-ish. So, and it's actually really easy. It's actually easier to flip. It's just the size that's kind of big. But it's actually easy to flip just because the tofu is holding it together while the egg is not flopping around. Because I want to make sure everything is cooked. Now we can put it on our plate. Don't need this anymore. But if you want, you can always turn down the heat and then just steam it a little bit longer if you want. And then, so that is what it looks like. That's what it looks like if it doesn't have any garnishing on top of it. It actually looks okay. It's not super, it's just, no, you can use a little bit more color. So now we're going to use a little bit garnishing on top. Come on. Please don't tell me I am out of gas at this crucial moment. There's still something. You know what? I'm going to use my gas stove. So it's really, really easy. Here we go. You scared me too. It's really, really, really easy. So what you do is you add a little bit of oil. Garlic, when oil still is not super hot yet, because garlic will burn. And I'm not washing my pan because you are using it on the same dish. You really don't need to wash your pan that often. If you're cooking the same thing. And you can mince your garlic a little bit better if you want to. It's up to you. What you want to do is just add a little bit of rice wine and soy sauce, and you're done. You do want to add in your rice wine first. That's going to help you evaporate all the more of the liquid, the alcohol content. So that's going to help, and it's going to leave a really nice aroma. From alcohol. And let it cook a little bit. Add your soy sauce or sauce of choice. If you like spicy, you can also add in a little paprika, or you can add in a little bit jalapeno pepper to it. It's up to you. Do your own sauce, right? Because the egg and tofu mixed pancake thing, it doesn't really have a lot of flavor. If that's what you're looking for, this is great. But if you want to add flavor on top of it, then you can do whatever sauce you want. You can do something easy. You can just, put a little soy sauce on top or chipotle sauce. Anything will work. And then what I'm doing is just adding my green onion at the end. It doesn't really need to cook for that long in order to keep the nice green color. Turn off the heat. I'm doing this just simply because my husband, my family like a little bit strong flavor. But if you don't want to eat too salty, using a lot of herbs will help with some flavor. So you don't, just soy sauce. You don't have to, but green onion and garlic is going to bring out different layers of flavor. So you don't have to add a lot of different stuff to it, and it's still healthy. A little bit green on top, it looks nice. You can do this with a lot of stuff. And so my tofu and egg also have some flavor to it. You don't have to, it's not going to be tasteless. Alrighty, let's give it a try. It looks really good. I'm hungry. Personally, I really like tofu because I feel like it's already, you can taste a bean taste to it. So it's nice. I disagree with my husband that tofu is tasteless. I think it does have taste. But the egg and sauce does bring up additional flavor to it. So and it also has a little bit crunchy flavor because the tofu we pan fried it ahead of time. So that does give it a little bit crunchy taste to it. So that gives it different layers of texture inside your mouth. It's not just squishy, but it's easy to bite down. Yeah, so if you just had a root canal, you're looking for some recipe, this one you can do. Alright, that's it for this week. I'll see you guys next week. Again, our libraries are open for lobby service, so if you have any question, just go ahead and call us or call your local branch. Alright, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!